At this point, I would like to call on the Honourable Peter Saint-Jean, Minister of Education and Human Resource Development, representing the Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Saint-Jean.
Let me first of all recognize the distinguished presence of Honourable Justina Charles, sitting in for the Minister of Community Development, Honourable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, your parliamentary representative and Minister for Fisheries and Environment, Mr. Kendall Johnson, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works, Mr. John Fontaine, Local Government Commissioner, and other staff members of the Local Government Department. I wish also to recognize the presence of Mr. Henderson, a deacon who led us in prayer. And of course, the chair and members of the newly sworn-in council, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, residents of Bagatelle, Font Saint-Jean, and all of the other areas that I'm not too familiar with. A pleasant good evening to every one of you. I said a pleasant good evening to all. Thank you. First and foremost, let me hasten to inform you, the people of Bagatelle, Font Saint-Jean, how much of an honor it is for me to speak with you, the residents of Bagatelle, Font Saint-Jean, today on behalf of Honourable Roosevelt Skerrit, the Prime Minister of this country, which I know we all love. I appear before you this afternoon to express the request of the Honourable Prime Minister. And as I deliver this short message from the Prime Minister, please note, not my words, that of the Prime Minister, I know that the people of Bagatelle, Font Saint-Jean, Fab, and all the other areas are indeed happy to have a new council sworn in this afternoon. And of course, the first message that the Honourable Prime Minister emphasized that I deliver to you, the residents of Bagatelle, Font Saint-Jean, is just how much at home he feels whenever he comes to your community. How much joy it always gives him to be here in Bagatelle, Font Saint-Jean. And please be assured that his absence was unavoidable. The Prime Minister also asked me to assure you that he will shortly visit you in person and that he will express his love when he comes. Let me start off by thanking, on behalf of the Prime Minister, the outgoing chairman or chairperson of the Bagatelle Font Saint-Jean Village Council, and to say to you that service at the local government level is an important ingredient in the development process. I therefore wish to thank you for the invaluable contribution that you have made towards the advancement of your community and, of course, the advancement of our beloved country, Dominica. I wish also to express profound thanks to the past council for the contribution that you have made. It is for this very reason that, again, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I wish to congratulate you, the incoming chairperson, and members of the council for your willingness to be of service to your community, for the honor that has bestowed upon them to actually be called to be of service and to do so in a leadership role. Friends, let me say to you that the Prime Minister wishes to share with you a reflection that he began earlier this week. That is just how serious leadership is. Leadership is very serious business, according to one of my colleagues. Be it at the local government level, as for example in your village council, or at the national level, at the House of Assembly, or within the cabinet of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Leadership is serious because leaders represent the people, and all that leaders do is supposed to be in the name of the people that they lead. Leadership is not an ego trip. Leadership is not showmanship. Leadership is not about fancy words, but it is about sincerity. Leadership is not a right, but it is a privilege given to those in whom the people have confidence. And this afternoon, the people of Bagatelle, of Fort Saint-Jean, of Fab, have placed their confidence in the 8 of you. You must therefore ensure that you do not allow this confidence to drop to the ground. You cannot allow yourselves to falter. Leadership can make or it can break a small country like Dominica that find itself, like other countries, both mighty and small, in the midst of the worst economic storm that the world has ever known. Leadership is especially crucial because it is a job for when the going gets tough, when the weather gets foul. Leadership of a country like Dominica is not for those who are seeking the shade, because, friends, leadership is hard work. And you heard your pal rep speak to the challenges that confront you here in the constituency. And so, my dear friends, the Prime Minister has asked that I express his gratitude to you for your rock-solid and unwavering support for the Dominica Labour Party here in Bagatelle and Fort Saint-Jean. He has asked that I express his gratitude for your elected representative, your pal rep, Dr. Kenneth Darrow, and he assures you that your support will never be taken for granted. And he has asked that I impress upon you the need to convey the fact that he admires your strong desire for your development, and at the same time, he admires your patience and your understanding. And I think, Pal Rep, we can speak to the patience of the people as far as it relates to the state of the road. You are a most understanding people, and we commend you for that. But friends, I wish to express the desires of the Prime Minister openly, his appreciation for the leadership of Dr. Kenneth Daru, your parliamentary representative, for his forthrightness, the manner in which Dr. Daru will lift his voice to represent the needs and the desires of the people of Bagatelle and the Petite Savanne constituency. In fact, the Prime Minister has pressed upon me that I should convey to you in no uncertain terms that Dr. Daru has excelled in serving you, the people of the Petite Savanne constituency. And he is certain that you would need to remind, or you would need no reminder or justification why he has retained Dr. Daru to contest the next general elections. He has Dr. Daru in very high regard and was confident that if the naysayers were to be so bold as to question Dr. Daru's leadership and commitment to you, the people of Bagatelle, Fab, Font Saint-Jean, Petite Savanne, a simple mention of the water system, including the 30,000 imperial gallon tank, storage tank at Cadbois, would be enough to quiet Dr. Daru's critics. That there would be no need to bring up the Carib filling station, a success story both in business and in community development. A business, I've been advised, that is being managed properly in the interest not only of the fishermen of this community, but in the interest of the community as a whole. And if that did not quiet the naysayers, a mere mention of the great strides that have been made in the area of housing. And I will not go into that because you have heard your PAL rep articulate the number of people who have been assisted under the housing program. The construction of public washrooms and the Font Saint-Jean of washrooms and the Font Saint-Jean Road that will be addressed, and you witness, brothers and sisters, the signing of a contract to effect the works amounting to some $350,000. If that is not leadership, then somebody must tell us here in Bagatelle what is. Let me say to you, brothers and sisters, that it is not that the Prime Minister meant that his government is perfect. Because, of course, we recognize that we are not perfect. But he is absolutely certain that the Labour government is working and working for the betterment of you, the people of Bagatelle and Font Saint-Jean. And that is why the rehabilitation of the playing field, including the installation of a multi-purpose court, are in the pipeline and will come to fruition. That is why this afternoon a check of some $350,000 was handed over for the rehabilitation of the road. And as you know, the Labour Party is the party that cares. Don't worry about what people tell you. The only party that cares for the people of Petite Savanne, of Fab, Font Saint-Jean, and Bagatelle is the Dominica Labour Party. And friends, I would venture to say the only leader who cares is your Prime Minister, Honourable Roosevelt Skerrit. And let me say, yes, caring is absolutely necessary in a leader. You want to know that you have a leader who cares about his people. Caring is important because there will always be people in our midst, our brothers, sisters, cousins, and friends who will be in need. And it has been so from the beginning of time and will continue until the end of time. And that is why, friends, we as a party will always seek to ensure as government that we address the needs of the vulnerable, of the less fortunate among us. Let me say to you that I want to give you the strongest assurance of the Honourable Prime Minister that you have a friend in Roosevelt Skerrit, you have a friend and a caring person in Dr. Kenneth Daru, and you have a friend in the government of Dominica. And that together, as community, as government, we will work to ensure that the people of Bagatelle, the people of Font Saint-Jean, of Fab, of Stowe, experience even brighter days. Therefore, on behalf of the Honourable Prime Minister and the government of Dominica, I want to thank you, the people of these communities, for standing true with your government, for standing firm with your parliamentary representative, and ensuring that no matter how long or how soon it comes, that when the bell is rung, Dr. Darrow will be returned as your parliamentary representative. I wish you every good success. Stand firm in your conviction, firm in your belief, and remember, with Dr. Darrow, better days are coming for this constituency. I thank you very much.